Yo, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, Mr. Jumper? Looking real rough out here. Looking real rough. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, it's 8 on the dot. Let's get this party started. So, guys, welcome to the stream. I've been away the past couple of days. I've been under the weather. What's going on, Mr. Muhammad? Um, man, I'm doing much better, bro. Doing much better. Still bothers me a little bit. It's this eye still bothers me a little bit, but I put some drops before the class, so hopefully it doesn't swell up or something. But let's see how it goes. It's a lot of brightness. Um, but guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. A lot of great trading been happening the past couple of days, for sure, for sure. Definitely. It's like a bittersweet thing for me. To see US30 and the NAS where it's at right now because what goes up must come what, and then that affects everything and everybody. So it is what it is. So let's get right to it. So guys, again, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, Before we start, let's talk about the December giveaway. We do have a $10,000 Propfirm challenge giveaway that we're giving out for the month of December for Christmas. In order to participate in this drawing, you have to be number one, a subscriber of this channel, and number two, a member of our free Discord. And the Discord link is in the description, is also in the chat. So make sure to join both things um, for you to be part of the 10K challenge drawing. And that's a great way to start off your year with a fresh 10K challenge. That if you're smart enough, not even if you're smart enough, if you do it correctly, you could turn that 10, you know, make 10%, 500, right? With that 500, cop a 100K challenge, because a 100K challenge from funded pips is $369. And next thing you know, 10% of that is 10K. If you could do 10% of 500, I mean of 1,000, and make what is this? Oh, I'm sorry. If you could make 5% of 10,000, which is 500, and then make 5% of 100K, which is 5,000. It's a big step up, man, for nothing for free, just to be a subscriber, right? Of some good information. So that's the plug for that. So let's get started with the daily market check down. So guys, just a little intro, just for the new people who are watching this for the first time. Again, welcome to the Vice Traders Academy's daily market breakdown. Now to really, reap the benefits of this check down, there's two other things that you must participate to kind of get the full spectrum and the full picture of how we do things. The first thing is, we do have a weekly market breakdown that we do every Sunday at 9 a.m. New York Eastern Standard Time. And that's where we kind of break down, what the weekly move, what's the expected weekly move. So we kind of already start putting together a game plan for the week of what pairs to be looking for, right? Then you also have this class, which is the daily market breakdown, which is Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. New York Eastern Standard Time. And then we also have the next step, which is, once you see the top to bottom analysis, you see the daily breakdown with the points of interest, is the entries, right? The thing everyone want to be part of is the entry, right? So we do also have a daily live trading session where we actually enter these trades that we set up in this class, right? And that live session is Monday through Friday. It could start anywhere from 6 a.m., 5 a.m. It could start at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. It all depends on the market itself and if there's news, and if it reach ADR already. If it reach ADR, the pairs, we're not even going to take a look at it. We'll skip that day, you know. But in order to get that link, you definitely have to be a member of the Discord because the link are posted on the Discord, right? So and it's an instantaneous thing. It's not like it's a schedule. It's not scheduled like this one because again, it fluctuates on the time, right? So make sure to join the Discord so you can take part of the full package, and it's a free Discord, so it's not like you're paying anything to get everything to gain all this value. So guys, so with that being said, let's start this party. So let's start with AU. Today I'm going to do it a little bit more in depth since I've been away for the charts for a couple of days. I haven't really looked at the whole picture. I've been trading, but I haven't looked at the whole picture, and it's about that time to look at the whole picture. So let's start with AU. So AU, when we're looking at the whole pattern, we can still see that we are in A2 on the way down, right? Prior to that, we understand that the the market makers pattern is down. So the overall trend is down, right? But we do have these short-term trends, mid-term trends, that make up this pattern. So when we look at the daily chart, we see the monthly move. We can see that they already completed the 2 months of rise. I mean, 3 months of rise, right? We have 1 month, 2 months, the third month, right? We have 2 days of rise. Today's the third day that we can see. So we know that we should start to get price to start reversing. Remember what I said at the weekly market breakdown the first of the month when we go over the monthly portion of it, right? Told you guys that at the beginning of the month, there's two things that the market can be doing. It could be going with the overall market maker's trend or against the market maker's trend, right? From the first to the 15th, if it's going against the market maker's trend, from the 15th to the 30th, it should be going with the market maker's trend. So right now, today's the 14th. We've been going counter trend. We're getting to the middle of the month. We had a previous 3 days of rise, right? So we know we're going to get one more day of rise. It already made the third month rise, right? Two days to the third day of rise. After 3 days of rise, the market must do what? So we can start putting together the picture perfect scenario. What is going to happen the middle of the month being tomorrow, right? So now that we understand these things, right, we can start putting together a game plan for the remainder half of December, right, and also today. So we see that happening, right? Now, when we look at the weekly moves, right, we can see we just have a week of rise. We don't have anything, right? So this is the week of extending this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? On the daily, but on the 4 hour, right? It was they did a small change here, right? But continue the trend up, right? Which is expected. Right? They gotta fake some people out first, right? We broke out of here, so we do have a new zone that we're trading on the 30. I mean on the 4 hour, right? So let's get down to the 30. So we have 2 days of rise, so we know what today is. Today we expected a what? Another day of rise, right? As expected. Looking at my 30-minute structure. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. We should be pushing to the next higher high, right? Excuse me. And here's our 30-minute zone, right? I kind of already was doing my charts earlier today. Not all of them, but because I was monitoring this one to see what was going to happen. So with that being said, what am I going to be looking for in this pair? Again, since I'm looking for a third day of rise, I need to wait for the price to anchor, right? So once the price anchors, which is tomorrow Friday, And next week, we can start kind of engaging back into this pair um, for that monthly reversal to happen, right? So right now, I'm not looking for any trades on AU because AU, we're expecting to go up and the overall market makers trend is down. So I'm waiting for price to turn around. So AU is off for me, right? Being tomorrow's Friday, I'm turning it off. EURCAD. So EURCAD from the overall perspective, we in V1 on the way up, right? A lot of things I like to see, a couple things I like from here, right? We hit the bottom of the zone, we pushed up, we came back down to create this higher low, right? This low, higher low, and now it's looking like it's coming up, right? So with that being said, in a smaller time frame, this pullback that happened here, I should see lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and at one point in time here, I should be seeing a change of character, to start pushing to the top side, right? And that's what I want to see. So let's take a look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour is giving us a great story. Why? Because we had a previous 3 weeks of drop. So we were expecting this week to be a what? A rise, or no net or a rise. And what did it giving us? It's giving us a rise as expected, right? And when we look at the market structure, we can see the market structure looks great. So let's drop down. Let's put our 4 hour structure so we can see. We had lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, right? And now we broke the previous um, lower high to cause a change of character. So now the 4 hour, we have a change of character in the 4 hour, right? That's in line with the overall thing. Now, if we drop down to the 30, which we will, we are also going to see that we had a change of character on the 30, right? So market hit that low point, right? Hit these lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower high, higher low, higher low, higher high, right? Change of character. Higher high, higher low, right? And higher high, higher low, right? So we're back in line with the market makers trend. And we knew that because once we got the change of character today, that completed the third day of rise on the 4 hour. So we have a change of character on the 30-minute and we have a change of character on the 4 hour, giving us a great confirmation that the market has turned around to start pushing up, right? So these are two great confirmation on the 5. You're going to see a 5 at the low, right? You're going to see all those things. But the ones that, remember, the 5 and the 1 is for entries, right? But the 30 and the 4 are the higher time frames. It's giving us the totality of the move. So with that being said, what is the expectation for today, right? Am I going to be trading this? No. Why? Because we already had our third day of rise. We expecting price to pull back, right? Where do I want to see price pull back today? Around that change of character, right? We can see that it could be held on the 800 or it could come back and touch that change of character location. So it could be either or, right? Here. Here we have great market structure. So I'm expecting price to pull back. Am I expecting a new low for today? I mean, a new high for today? No, I'm not. Right? So this is a pair that I'm not going to be trading. I'm gonna wait for development next week. I know that we already started the uptrend. So the fact that I know we already started the uptrend, the trend is my friend. So, it's going to be a good week next week with EURCAD, right? So just making sure you guys see the totality of how the external, how the market makers pattern works, the daily structure with the internal structure, which will be the 4, right, to the external daily. Then when we drop down to the 4, we understand that the internal structure to the 4 is the 30, right? Which is what makes up the blue lines. So understanding the way these gears work and how everything when it's in sync and is in line, that's when you know that you're good to go, Captain. Let's get it cracking, right? So next week this is gonna be lit, right? So this is another one I'm gonna turn off, right? Because I'm not expecting it to go into my direction. Euro USD. So no questions so far, so good. Everybody's good. Any questions? Feel free to ask, guys. second. All right, so Euro USD, similar game plan on Euro USD, right? We on V1 on the way up, right? We hit the low. We had 2 previous months of rise, so we are expecting a new rise for this month, right? With the trend. So it's not that I'm expecting just one tap and that's it, right? Just by looking at the daily chart, I can see that we had a previous 3 days of rise. So today's a chop or drop, then a continuation, next week. So just by looking at the daily, I already know. So just looking at the daily, let's take a look at the daily market structure. Boom, right? So we can see that we have higher highs, higher lows to the next in the sequence is where it's a higher high. So we are expecting price to break above here, right? So, which is a good thing. Now, again, once we start looking at this retracement that happened here on a 4-hour time frame, what should we be able to notice? We'll be able to notice lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Then all of a sudden, higher highs, higher low, change of character, higher high, higher low, break a structure retest, higher high, higher low, right? So these are the things that we should be able to identify in a lower time frame, which is the internal structure of this daily chart, right? So we drop down to the 4. Let's take a look, right? We can see that we were having lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower low, right? Equal high, higher low, higher high, right? Break a structure, right? So we did get the break of structure. Now, one thing to notice about this pair, right? That we were expecting a third week of drop on this pair, right? That was the expectation. Did we have a candle that closed lower? Yes, we did. We had this. So we did get it. This is what I tell you guys. This one is going counter trend. 1 pip below close. That's it. It's done. It doesn't have to go all the way down to then come up. It doesn't. Just 1 pip. All it has to do is 1 pip. Right? So he just gave us that. Gave us that 1 pip close below. And then pushed it up. What's up, Steven? Right? So everything looks good here. Right? So let's drop down to the 30 so we can see the structure. Well, let's look at the 4-hour zone. So this was the 4-hour zone that was being traded. We broke out of there. Now we're making new zones in the 4-hour time frame. When we go to the 30, we can see the market structure on the 30. Just like we had a change of character here, we will have a change of character in the 30. Right? So we had this low, lower high, higher low, high, low, higher high. Right? So that's where it broke higher low. Right? Then it continued to make higher lows the whole time to make a higher high. Right? And now we have our third day of rise. Right? So with that being said, this is another pair that today, what I'm waiting for, after 3 days of rise, the market must come back, right? Not only that, this 4-hour push to the top, what we expected. After 4-hour push, 4-hour pullback. So right now we're expecting that 4-hour pullback. Right? Just like a 30-minute push, we're expecting a 30-minute pullback. After every 30-minute push, 30-minute pullback. So it's the same sequence that we're looking for, right? So right now we're getting to the top of this daily, higher high right here. So I'm expecting price to break retest, right, for continuation, which we'll get in next week. So we already got our 3 days of rise. I'm not expecting anything to happen tomorrow when it goes to going up, right? So this is another one that, hey, it done everything it needed to do. It's showing me everything I need to see. I see a change of character on the 4-hour. I see a change of character on the 30. We're going to be trading in line next week, right? GJ. So GJ, we had a previous 2 month of rise, right? So we are expecting a new month of rise, but we started the month with a what? With a gap, right? So we understand what gaps are. Gaps are resets. Does it mean that it's going to continue? Means that is reset, right? Another thing is that we are near peak formation high territory, right? So this type of behavior, right? When you think about what is a peak formation high or a peak formation low, right? A peak formation high and a peak formation low, it's a consolidation zone, but a consolidation zone that fully changes direction of the trend, right? That's the difference between a level and a peak. A peak, once it peaks out, that means it's going to peak and change direction. When it's a level, that means it's just chopping, but it's going to continue the trend to the overall trend's direction. So the fact that we are getting real choppy, right, and we're near previous peak formation high, that's letting me know certain things about price, right? And for you other guys who understand a lot of other things, right? The 5 and the 15 cross, 5 and the 13, right? The 13 and the 15 cross the 50, right? So that's letting us know, hey, we're getting to that change of direction, right? When these EMAs just starts to cross. We have fanning of the EMAs to let us know that we're getting to where? To peak formation high, right? So we have a lot of indication, right? We have a lot of confluence of where we are and why things are happening, right? We have these crosses, we have the fanning and the crosses. We're next to the previous peak. We started to look at market structure, starting to look like it's moving sideways, no sense of up or down. That's letting me know, hey, we in peak high territory, right? So with that being said, this is a pair that I'm going to be very skeptical about trading, especially when we in peaks. Why? Because when prices in peaks, um, it's not going to follow directions, right? Our trading criteria, they're going to validate them to then, renege on, right? So the fact that that's what peak formation high does, is a place that they can just do whatever they want, right? That's why I do not trade peaks personally. So GJ might be a pair that we might be taking out of our list until we see that it's starting to, to make the trend. Just so you guys know. So I'm gonna still watch it maybe next week, but I'm pretty sure by the start of the year we're gonna be changing some of these pairs and adding some other ones, right? Because we're gonna be in the peaks until it doesn't start making level ones. I'm not trading. I'm personally not trading them, so I'm not going to be looking at them. I'm not going to skim through a class real fast to say, oh, we're in the peak. I'm not looking at that. Right? That doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to be doing that just so you guys know. So boom. So we see that. So what's the next thing? Let's drop down to the 4. Well, let's put the 4 up. We got the 4. We can see that we had to change a character on the 4. Right? So we had to change a character up here. So let's go down to the 4. Right? Let's look at the 4-hour zone. We were trading between this high, um, this low, and this high. Price broke out. So now we're trading in between this low here and the high that's up here. Right? So right now we're trading in this zone. Right? We had a previous 2 weeks of drop. So did we get our drop for the week? Yes, we did. The beginning of the week, it was going with the trend, and it just said boom. Let's confirm that 3rd week of drop, right? And now we're getting back to maybe finish it off with a no net. So every price action here is to the T by the book, right? So let's go drop down to the 30. 30 yesterday, what did it give us? Our 3rd day of drop. So yesterday was a powerful trade. If you were trading going down, why? Because you had your confirmation of 2 weeks of drop, and you had a 2 days of drop. That's confluence. That's a golden trade. That's gonna pan out all the time when you have those confluences. So now we had a drop rise. Let me put that. Drop rise. Right? So now could we be flowing with the trend today? Absolutely. So this is a pair that, you know what? Let's start to look at points of interest. Let's do our structure. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Mm-hmm. And we just pushing up. So Let's see if price comes back down to the low. What do I want to see retest? The start of the day, just because of where we at. And if it breaks above anything, breaks above here, right? So maybe the price is gonna continue to run, and I'm gonna let it run. By the time I step up, it's probably already. If it doesn't start to push back down, there's probably not gonna be any entry for me because it's just gonna continue to rise. 76 pips from the open. It already started to run. It's almost at STP. So I'm gonna leave it green, but more than likely we're not even gonna be trading that one today. It already moved a lot. So let's go to GU. So GU, overall we in V1. We had a previous 2 months of rise, right? So we are expecting this month to give us the rise, right? We already got a new high for the month. We had a previous 2 days of rise. So it's giving me good vibes. So just like the other pairs, when we're looking at the 4 hour, the internal structure to this, we should see lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Then we're gonna see a change of character and a break of structure retest. This was like the best, and this was the daily time frame entry right here last month. Boom, we got this higher high, higher low. They came and touched our break of structure. Was another good entry a couple days, 2 days ago. Came touched it that day. Could have got in, got out. Right? This day, got in, got out. Again, got in, got out. Let's just take a look at the structure, right? We can see, whoop, right? We had a nice change, complete over here. You can see it, everything there, right? We dropped to the 4 so you can see it better. Everything that we needed, right? We had a previous 3 weeks of rise, gave us a week of drop. We continue, right? You just notice how it goes. 3 weeks of rise made this higher high. That week of drop, higher low. This week, higher high, right? Perfect structure. Then in here, when we're looking at it here, what we should see in a 30, lower low, lower high, 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 lower low, higher high, change of character, right? So everything is there. Let's take a look. 4 hour zone. Know that we broke out of that zone. Flop, right? Broke out. Then it's good. So we got our 2 days of rise. So we know what we expected today. Today's another one. Put this blue. Is this a blue one? No, no. It's the only one. Right, so let's put our POIs together. What's our point of interest for today? Right, the break obviously is at the top. That retest, put it down here. Right, now price could always come back and retest that low though. I'm gonna draw it. Price can come down, retest that break, to then continue to push up, and then come back to finish the week. Right, which is accumulation, manipulation, distribution, consolidation, stop, hung, low, rise, whatever lingo you want to talk, however you want to put it together to make it make sense. I say it every day, like everyone is trading the same things, just use different verbiage for the same explanation. So GJ is definitely one. I mean, GBPGU is definitely one I'm going to be looking at. USDCAD, start from the top. V2 on the way up, right? Price hit that top and then did what? Push back down, right? Last month was a whole push down. This month, continue to push down, which is okay. Right now we're right in this higher low of the daily, right? See what price wants to do back then. You're going to see traders going to use this as a level of support, right? When they get price gets here, they're going to start taking longs and leave that there just for us, just for giggles and laughs, right? So let's take a look at the 4 hour structure. This whole pullback should be lower lows, lower highs, right? And we see that lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So we want to see price again change on the 4 hour. We know we're going to get the 30-minute signal early. But once we get to 30 and the 4 hour, once we get to 30 and they do it under 4 hours as well, that's the we gold right there. So maybe we get an equal low here or we get a lower low. I don't know. We have to wait to see, right? But that's the play. So let's take a look at the 4 hours so we can see the weekly moves. So we had a week of rise, now we got a week of drop. Back down to the low. Cool. We know we broke out of that 4 hour zone to make that new low. When we look at the 30, we see we got 2 days of drop. So today, what I'm expecting a drop, a new low. Could be 1 pip, could be 1,000 pips, right? But the fact that we had moved so much the past 2 days, I'm not expecting this low to be too deep. Could be a couple pips before the pushback. If it continues to go down, let it be. But the expectation is that's what it is. So we need to wait for that low to be set for price to start pushing up. And you know what I want to see? I want to see an anchor. Preferably I want to see where the second leg, is higher than the first leg, but the wick is lower than the first leg. Right. So I know that they swept people out. They gave me a nice W with a sweep. They push away. Sorry for you, my friend. So that's when I'm going to get it. So USD CAD, I'm going to be watching. USD CAD looks good. There's no POI because we need to wait for price to make that low. US 30, the dirty 30. So the dirty 30 gave us a week of rise, right? Look at the month. We had a previous 2 months. We had a month, 2 months of rise, so we knew what this month was, right? That's what I said. There was a no trade zone until when? Until we broke out of it. I'm not expecting a 1 pip break, right? So right now we at all-time highs, guys. Look, all-time highs. So like I said, it's a bittersweet thing because what goes up must come down. What's going on? What's going on? MG, welcome to the stream, my brother. You catching the end of it, man. Make sure to join the Discord and make sure to subscribe, my brother. Got a lot more information on the Discord. So yeah, so with US 30 was the expectation we had. Our month of rise, right? We did the 1st to the 15th. We were at the up and up. So we are expecting price to start slowing down soon, right? So when we drop down to the 4, right, we can see our market structure is still making highs. We go to the 30, we got another day of rise. How many days of rise? I know we gotta know that. Oh, we did get another day of rise. We got another day of rise. Yeah. Make sure to catch the live trading room with Mr. Jumper in the morning too. And MG, are you part of the Discord? Let us know. So definitely US 30 is one that, I'm gonna sit out on US 30. This is one I'm gonna sit out. That's what's up. So let's talk about gold. So gold, you know, we got what we expected, right? And we still looking like we're gonna be pushing up on gold, right? So we got a previous 2 months of rise. We got a previous 2 months of rise, so we expecting this month to give us a rise too, right? It wicked a new high, but we didn't get a candle that closed above, right? So I'm still expecting this to continue to rise. When we look at the 4 hour now, what happened here? What happened here? Let it low, let it low. What's up with these lines, man? That's bullshit. They're playing us, man. Where my lines at? I have to skip the 4 because my line's in there. But when we look at the 30, what did we get? We got another day of rise. So gold today, we are expecting a new rise for gold today, right? A new high for the from yesterday. So gold is definitely one I'm personally going to be looking at. Now let's talk about the POIs. So what am I looking for? Let's take a look. So I am definitely looking for price to break above here, right, and retest the low. Right, it's a very simple trade for today, right? And if it comes from here to make a new high, that's 48 pips, right? That's pretty good. If it touches the low, we get in. We understand first. If we get in off the low, we got good internal structure. My first exit would be here, right? And that's 93 pips. That's good. Then if it breaks and retests, I get in again for another 50, right? So that's a pretty good deal right there, right? But if they don't give me a break retest, I know I got a good entry and 90 is pretty good, right? So 90 pips is we good to go with 90 pips. Oh, and I forgot to update you guys. It hit my TP. I didn't get out. I don't know if you guys got out. I know Steven was in this and so was Jumper. I just let it rock. Um, because I knew we were at least gonna get that new low before it pushed up. So I just stayed on from Wednesday to Thursday. I mean, from Tuesday to Wednesday, because Thursday was yesterday, right? So that's another one. And last but not least, BTC. So, so now we got a 3 months of rise. Facts, you know, is that gold, like I've been saying, gold is so, with the times that we're in right now, right? Because we got to take that into consideration, right? There's a lot of turmoil in the world. So gold that, something could happen in a country that could make gold pop up or could make gold pop down. So I'm not really focused on gold just because of that, because of everything that's going on in the world right now. So, that's just me, you know. But if market structure is there and it looks clean, then we can, I will participate. But if it's not clean, 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 I'm not participating. So BTC, so we had a previous 3 months of rise, right? They gave us a nice rise for the month, right? When we look at this market structure, we could think we have a higher high, higher low, and we're up to make the next higher high point, right? That's one of the things that they're showing us. We got a previous 2 weeks of rise, so we are expecting this week to finish up with a rise. So today, I am expecting price to make a new high today, right? So today, I'm expecting Bitcoin to go up. And when we look, while we know that it's going to go up, we have a previous 2 days of rise, but it was a rise known that price is a known that, but it's a hidden rise there. So today's a day of a new rise for Bitcoin, right? So with that being said, guys, you know, we got 3 pairs to look at, right? That's looking phenomenal, right? They're looking good, and GU is my number one pick for the day. So the one that I'm really going to be focusing on is going to be GU, right? Like Mr. Lewis said in the chat, you know, if you trade under 372 and you're not focusing on ADR, you might get caught up, right? Because when we look at this from here to here is 293, right? And it's a little bit over 3 times ADR. So today we might not get that extended push to the top. We might just get a new high. If I get in on the low, I definitely want to stick to STP, right? And STP will be somewhere around here, right? So it's gonna be like a new high, and it's not gonna continue. Then might drop, right? So make sure you understand your TPs on GU. Make sure that you're not being greedy. Make sure you understand your stops and goes. You get in, cash out, wait for the next opportunity. Don't hold, especially after 3 times ADR has been already given. So guys, that concludes today's session. Good shit. Sorry I haven't been around for the past 2 days. Like I said, I was under the weather. You could probably still hear it in my voice. I'm congested. Um, so I'll see you guys on Sunday. Mr. Jumper, you trading in the morning? Thank you guys. Thank you guys. So it's good to be back, man. Not being able to be on the charts, you know, it's he'll let you guys know on the Discord. So make sure to look out for his message on the Discord, guys, to see if he's gonna be in the morning. And again, you know, we do have a December 10K Propfirm challenge giveaway. Make sure to be part of it. You need to be a subscriber to the channel and a member of our free Discord. Winner will be announced on the 25th on a live stream on a YouTube live. So and that's about it, guys. I'll see you guys Sunday, 9 a.m. Peace out.